are privileged to welcome Riddhi Doshi Patel ma'am.
Learning doesn't happen and it doesn't begin in the mind alone. Learning begins when a body feels safe to participate. Today's session is not about adding more strategies or the techniques or any of the workload on you. I think it's all about understanding how learning naturally happens. Rethinking the concept of learning. Sitting still and being attentive doesn't mean that the child is attentive, but a little movement and then asking them to focus makes a huge difference. Emotions do anchor memory. Hence, it's important that we allow the child to move a little to help him be in here and now, understand what's happening, and probably allow a space where the child can just talk about the emotions. Me sending that chart of emotions is going to support you a lot. Maybe you can take a printout and just put it up in your classroom. That's going to help you a lot. Every emotion that a child experiences leaves a memory. Some are just ignored, some are not been registered, while some leaves the memory for a longer time. Whenever you feel that your children are getting a little more restless, instead of tagging, instead of putting a, uh, labeling them, probably can just ask them to do something wherein they shed and they are in here and now. That really helps. Instead of judging, how about involving them in maybe creating a board for handwriting, inviting them to, have their own graph for writing and let them evaluate their own writing. This is more easier for the child rather than having all the judgments around. We as an educator, it's our responsibility to make that emotional climate super, like a spring, not so thandi, not so garmi. Behavior of a child is a communication when the language is not sufficient for you to understand, or they are unable to explain you. Use movement, my dear educators, as a learning tool for yourself. However young your class is, or however older children you have in your class, the behavior of the children will automatically reduce. Have you ever involved any sensory object or a prop or any movement to teach a concept to a children?
And she said that I am a maths teacher. So I used to tell my students, when I enter in the class, write on the decks, I love maths. So as it is a difficult subject, but now it become a love for the maths and they started more involving in that math subject.
Emotions and its regulation in the classroom is important. Children don't need to be controlled. They just need to be a little regulated. Inclusiveness means accepting every child in the four walls of the classroom. Teachers' well-being matters. It's a part of being embodied into the teaching. Your well-being matters. Before entering a class, however the morning has been for you, if you just take a deep breath and with a smile, if you enter, your energy is vibrating the whole class.
When we feel that any child need counseling sessions, and we convey the same message to the child or the parent that you need or your child need counseling, at that time parent get offensive. My question is how we convey this message positively. So
extremely important to be assertive in this space, right? Helping the parent to understand that it's not a difficult situation, it is not a disorder. Maybe it's something related to behavior, or maybe some difficult illness, but which seems to be solved by support from the counselors. So much, you have been a wonderful, interactive, super, say, upar wala crowd, and I loved it. Thank you.
So, Riddhi ma'am, beautiful examples, beautiful answers, beautiful way of connecting